Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hot 12. I'm one of your hosts, Georgi. We have Jacqueline in building here as
Hello
well.
there.
And today we are gonna talk about various topics, including day-to-day life, scheduled day-to-day hobbies, musical influences, and even personal relationships.
Yeah. We can share what happened last time
Yeah.
actually. Because this is the third episode, but actually is the second one. Because last time we had a great podcast, but we didn't put the mics on. So it was only an image of us speaking without sound. And yeah, today we'll be having another topics, but maybe we could just focus a little bit of our episode 2 last time and see what
Mm.
what we can just come through because the topics were like really interesting. So yeah.
Yeah, let's say this is our official episode 2, but we had
Yeah.
an unofficial one
Tested it.
involuntarily.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're gonna start off like, how's been your week?
It's been my week. Well, I had a birthday on Monday
Yes.
and Tuesday I was off, obviously. We had a great time. You were
Mm.
there as well, but not at the end. Hope I didn't
I just wasn't at the final part of
yeah,
this.
I'm still glitching from Monday, but yeah, we had a great time. And I'm coming up with some new ideas. I'm traveling to Sofia next week, and I'm meeting one great videographer actually, and we'll be probably shooting there one day. But first, I want to see the studio and all of the projects that he has in mind.
Mm.
So yeah, it will be fun.
Mm. Nice, nice, nice.
What about you?
My week was a little bit dull. Uh, I, I had an interview. I'm trying to switch a little bit of my normal jobs, my
Yeah.
normal 9 to 5 job. It went well, but I'm gonna see what at least is in store for me next in my current job because I just got word that they want to promote me up to a different team
Mm-hmm.
right now. So I'm not gonna get into that. We're not here for that. But
Yeah.
in future episodes, I'm gonna share a little bit more if hopefully this happens. And I think my biggest excitement of the week is probably this. Didn't get a chance to experience the same thing that Jackie did. God damn, I missed the club, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying not to be an old timer, but I guess I am.
It's just a cycle. I had this as well.
Uh,
Well, I was opposing.
um, yeah, but for me, before it was a cycle, but right now I'm trying to. This is part of actually the first topic for today, but I'm trying to schedule my day to day a
Yeah.
little bit more, and I'm still at in social medias and stuff, but a lot less, to be
Mm.
honest. I think I have my screen time is down by 30-40% per week.
Which is nice.
It's nice, but it's gonna go up a little bit because the side hustles just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because actually you get used to not to use social media because it's too good. Like you're detoxed from it,
E-
probably,
mm, uh,
or not.
I don't feel it yet
Yeah.
because I still am at that point where I wake up and just look at my phone.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I see.
Yeah.
My excitement is mostly regarding work, regarding uh, my not shared social life. I'm not that big into influencing, at least not as I was with social media when I was 22, 23, which can be good, can be bad in our areas, depending on how you look at it, because most of our work is dependent on what we get from
Yeah.
social medias, and as a generation, we mostly get our news from there. It's not like we get it from the TV like our parents. We usually learn it first just by posts
Yes.
in the feeds on different social medias. IG, I think it's the biggest one for me.
Yeah. At least you're just having this podcast because it's not like you disappeared.
Oh,
from the screens of some other people because you will need it at some point
oh yeah.
after that for your work
Yeah,
and
you
projects.
actually remember me from back in the day when I with a previous girlfriend that used to be a lot more closed off, and we lost connection for like a
Yeah,
year, I think. Where I
this
would just
guy disappeared.
this guy.
Thankfully, not in Ukraine. It had a chance, but still. Had to go and kidnap him again.
I try to be more present now
Yeah,
because I understand that life isn't all about like if you want to prosper, if you want to do something different, you gotta be doing dynamic stuff, and social media is a part of it.
yeah,
It's not just you go into work. Like the idea someday we don't have a 9 to 5 job. We have different hustles that brings in some monetization, not just
yes.
going from a 9 to 5.
I spoke once with this friend of mine from Sofia, and he said something very interesting because he's really into his side hustle and to create this studio and company,
Mm.
and he's all over the place all of the day. And he said to me that for him to have a woman that gives him back his energy from the day that he lost, just to how to say, to give him this fuel that he feels
Mm-hmm.
really at place, even if they like share a couple of hours and then he goes to sleep, he gets up early, but those hours are really special for him because he gets his time with her. And he said, I don't need to be around her 24/7, and this is not the thing of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And they go somewhere from time to time, but this is very rare for me actually, and I'm on his opinion as well because he needs to do what he wants, and she as well. She's actually studying right now, and they have this time together, which is like really special
Yes.
for them.
Yeah.
And they both share their paths. It's not like non-stop
Yeah.
hold my hand because I can't stand. So yeah,
Yeah. I think this is the best and something that I scored recently, like with my girl. That this is something I experience as well.
yeah,
We have this connection that it's not fueled by your egotistical wants and needs.
yeah,
It's just there, and it revives you. It gives you energy.
yeah,
It's great. I never thought I could find something like this. It's no pressure. You just don't feel a pressure to handle expectations from your significant other.
yeah,
And yeah, man, this is maybe the thing that a day to day should be. I think the more we grow old, the more the schedule goes into the day to day. The When we were from 20, like from maybe 18 to 2025, everything was mostly like this happens, go to this, go to that.
yeah,
Right now, you change your perspective so fast. It's a dynamic
yeah,
world, and once you get like after 25, at least for me, maybe for you as well, you start to look at it. You need to have a structure. You need to have something that's for sure at least one or two things. It doesn't matter if it's in your professional life or in your personal one, but it's good for you to have something structured.
yes.
Yeah.
You know it, and it's still a bit hard
Yeah.
to mix everything: social life, work, hustles, love life.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm still
Yeah.
I'm still struggling. Like I'm still trying to not be that dynamic, just going from place to place.
Yeah.
It's hard because I'm used to it, but
Yes.
I'm still at some points during the day I see myself getting into a structure, which is some sort of pleasing because you know what's to come. It's not always just chaotic, and
Yeah.
and I think this is the good thing about it. Just to not have chaos. You can have this, I think, even in even in the dynamic world, you can have structure. Just you need to structure your dynamics. You need to structure the speedy part of the day,
Yes.
when to speed up, when to speed down. It's not just like speed all the time.
Yeah.
Switch speed some more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a great example right now is my brother because he was smoking for 18 or 19 years, and as we always say, we're only one action or decision away from what we want to do. So he started like going to bed at 10, he wakes up at 4, goes to the gym, then comes back, works a bit on Urban Move, then he goes to work, but he comes like goes to bed at 10,
Yeah.
which I don't think I can handle, but still. He with this routine for 3 weeks, like he forgot about nicotine. For the first week, it was very hard for him. So
Mm-hmm.
he was like going to the gym,
Craving
going
it.
on a bicycle, going to the gym, going on a bicycle. But right now, he's looking great. Like,
I think this is mostly psychological. You need to just replace one habit with another.
yeah,
And because every time he wants to smoke, he needs to it's a habit. It's a
yeah.
mechanical habit more, and psychology, and as
Tie my hands to the back.
yeah,
I
it's a
guess.
mindset you
Yeah.
you get into. It's psychological at most, and for him to replace it with a physical habit, it's pretty like strange to me. I
Yeah.
can't even I can't even accept that. Like, I think that you need to change your thinking, but I guess it needs to start from a physical standpoint. I guess mind and body are connected.
Yes, for sure. And he feels like stronger, and he's sending me a lot of vlogs of him
Mm-hmm.
running and doing something. He wants to share his thing with me, so I'm
Yeah.
encouraging him and sending photos also from the gym.
I've gotten into a bit of a slump this past month because it's that just cold. I can go training outside because it's just like zero
Yeah.
degrees. I don't have good gyms around my house. I have one, but it's just not that good. I went once or twice
Hmm.
and just going weekends to do boxing.
Yeah.
It's been good, but it's I'm not used to this kind of uh, not pressure. I'm not used to this bit of a slump. I want to get into a routine again, sports wise, because as you know, like last year, I went to some FIBA tournaments,
Yes.
and then I felt great. It's just nice to be part of something like that, like basketball. And this year we want to do it again, but it's gonna involve some training a bit more because
Yes.
last year we got our butts kicked. We need to train a little bit more. I don't know how my teammates are gonna handle that because one of them is lazy as fuck. The other one is too driven, and I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not lazy as fuck, but I'm not that driven as the other guy. He's like one of the guys is actually the main like source. Like, let's go. Let's.
Yeah.
Yesterday he texted me at I don't know 6. It was not that late. It was 6 p.m. But outside it's like 0 degrees, and he's like, I'm gonna go hoop. Wanna come? Dude, it's too cold. What? No. And maybe because it's the age, I'm going into the old timer uh,
He's
mentality
only
again.
21 too. I don't
Yeah, these
remember.
guys are like, for reference, my teammates are like 21, 22. I'm 28. That's
He's
not an excuse. I guess if this someone decides to go against my opinion, I'm gonna get slammed because that's not an excuse. 20 is not that big of an age, but for sure it has some drawbacks when you're trying to uh, circle around different areas to try to make money to actually structure your day again
Yeah.
around mostly making money, not or doing some other job, not to just go and play. You don't see it as a waste of time, but you see it definitely as a waste of the time you can spend working on something else.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying that sport should be like disregarded in any case. Maybe I just need to do like your brother and just go up at 4. Need to go sleep at 10 and just go
Yeah.
back
I
at
think
4.
that's the best sleep. But also when you're in between from 22 to 26, you have a lot of energy. But after that, you are getting a bit exhausted because you're so mundane in this daily life,
Mm.
and probably 90% are working something that they don't truly like and love. Because I can see somebody at 35 and he's doing the things that he loves and he's training, doing a lot more work from us, and he's
Mm-hmm.
still better than us,
Yeah.
probably. So I think this is one of the main reasons where you go to depression. You're just, I don't know, tired of this life. Because when you're 22 or 5 to from 20 to 25, you have the energy, everything is super new.
Yeah.
Oh, work, let's go, new colleagues, new trainings. But after that, you get sick of it. And I don't know, I think I'm on something like that.
Uh, maybe not for me. Like I'm not sick of it, but I'm definitely not as training as I used to be, and that doesn't cause. I don't think depression is on the table, but it surely affects my motivation,
Yeah,
my daily motivation, because motivation is not a constant thing.
yeah,
Like it's not something you get every day once you wake up. But I definitely when I go training and after that I feel great the whole day. It
yeah,
it usually starts up my day. The other thing is that we're talking about a scheduled day to day. People that run boxing gyms do have a schedule as well, and that schedule doesn't align well with my work. And
yes,
I think that's one of the reasons. Like I'm at work from 9 a.m. The training starts at 10. It's just not possible for me.
yeah,
And it ends around 6 p.m. Like you can like it's hour by hour, but uh, the last hour is from 5 to 6, and it's just not a viable option because stop work at like I finish at around 5:30, and that's given that I don't have extra work to finish up.
yeah. So,
So I've maybe I should just see what are my options regarding gyms around my house again. But the only best reviewed one wasn't that great.
yeah.
So
Have you seen the daily routine video of Hamza? Every
no.
time somebody says to me daily routine, I'm just thinking about Hamza. And I really liked I think this is one of his best videos. Maybe it was like taken from somewhere else, but on like paraphrasing it through his prison, how he sees it and how he applies it to his life.
Yeah.
It was like really nice to see. Of course, he doesn't go to work. This is like the key point to this, but at least we could just try to make a schedule that works for us and to find places that work
Mm.
on our side as well.
You know, when you see a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of them started at like 16, 17.
Yeah.
They grew their whole like community around them, but they never had a job before that.
Yes.
Either they worked a little bit of a side hustle that didn't require much um, attention, while
Yeah.
we had a little bit of a career, or at least we are into something that requires a lot more attention.
Yeah. And we didn't believe so much in the YouTube and other social media. So we're like, it's for kids. But now
Yeah,
they're better than us. So
yeah,
I'm taking this defeat
yeah.
a little
We
bit.
actually we talked about it on our failed podcast last
Yeah.
time on our silent one. Um, that usually this is not viewed as a typical monetization, as a typical way of making money. Like
Yeah.
even for millennials.
Yeah. But every time our stopper, I think, was Bulgaria. But we can always you can always find a way to succeed. Maybe it could take us like a bit more time
Mm.
and to film this in English, but to be more recognized around Europe and United States, but we had to start a little bit earlier to work only this right now. But
Yeah.
this is our path. That's why it's interesting for every person, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm, but urban move, with urban move at least, it's something of much more than just an idea for you to make money. It's you want to have a bigger part in
Yeah,
in the whole in the whole structure and
in life.
in life and
Yeah,
in mindsets. You want to change a lot. Like it's not just selling clothes. And I think this is a big part of your discipline and motivation to move forward, because you don't see it as just a side hustle. You see it as a main one.
yeah. I think this kept me alive throughout those 3 years because
Mm.
through COVID, and I knew that when I had a back injury and I couldn't sleep and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't like go to work, that
Yeah, I remember.
I had to do something, like to have something on the side that I'm working on nonstop, and just at some point people to see what we have in store, what we are doing behind
Mm.
the scenes, and how this actually evolved me and my brother. First, as a relationship, because he's there from 10 years in America, and we saw only 3 times, I think, for those years.
You met only 3 times.
Yeah,
Like you saw each other three
yeah,
times. Yeah.
live. And the first 8 years, he was there.
Mm.
So we were only Skyping and messaging, and also, building discipline, um, having to, you're having so many chaotic ideas, and you have
Yeah.
to put them like on a website, on a product, even just to write
See
some
what's gonna go.
descriptions. Yeah, and
Mm.
just to think about the client, yourself, what you're giving to the world. And Urban Move is a lot from those, how to say,
Trials.
yeah, trials and
Trials.
dreams also.
Mm. But dreams are the stuff. I'm sure that people that invented buildings did have a dream of something that people can live in, like a whole structure that involves like 18 families at once.
Yeah.
So it began from a dream. Mm. So you're saying that mostly you thought like you needed some escape from that situation, like when your back was hurt, you just needed to something to engage your mind, something like a hobby, which later evolved to something more.
Mm. Yes, but also I saw that I'm replaceable really fast. If I
Yeah.
can go to work,
Yeah.
I have to leave actually the city and to go back to my hometown, which nothing is happening there.
Mm-hmm.
And this will probably put me in some depression. Again, I will like, I'm really driven about everything that I do, and I will probably escape at some point. But I didn't want that. I wanted to keep my job, but I saw that job, it's only, you can only work it if you're healthy, if you're okay with your
Mm-hmm.
mind. Because if you're not, they'll, you,
You'll be fired.
yeah, probably.
This is because I think, not I think that this is it. This is because it's a structure that's not first of all, it's not revolved around you, and second, because someone else is building their company,
Yeah.
and for them, they want people. Like, however you say it, like however it's phrased, even if they're close friends, if someone else is running the business, they're looking at ways the business to stay up. So for you not to be valuable to a business, it doesn't mean like a personal relationship can fall apart. It's just like it's just you're not it.
Yeah.
And when you're physically ill or physically like incapable of doing certain things, like working, and you're not bringing any value to the table at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like even in personal relationships, I think it's like this. People give, people take. It's constant, like back and forth. It's not just like you sitting there and like telling your day.
Yeah.
It's usually you tell something, you want to see how it's gonna evolve. Can you join me? If you can't, okay, we're gonna see something else.
Yeah.
It's just it revolves around the fact that people need to rely on you on some point, in some point, like even in personal relationships, even in jobs.
Yeah, to feel needed.
Yeah, and to feel needed and to actually be able to prosper a business with these people. It's not personal most of the
Yeah.
time. For you to most of us like feel replaceable just because it's someone else's thing.
Yeah.
It's not yours. You don't see how it's going really. You don't see the end game. You don't see the numbers, and it's normal for this to be that feeling. It's just some people take it personal. I think a lot of people, when lose their job, they're like, "Fuck this, goddamn!
Yeah.
They don't deserve me, bro." It's not personal.
Yes.
It's not your problem. Like I'm sure there are some instances that it is personal. Like if it involves a romantic relationship within the firm, like with your boss and stuff like that. But other than this, I don't think it's anything personal.
You're
it's
not
just
suitable for this
you're
position.
not or not
Yeah.
suitable. You're just not valuable enough
Yeah.
to keep giving pay to.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And you shouldn't be offended, but to look at this personally. And when I was thinking about like being replaceable, I was not offended. I think I was really motivated to
Yeah.
start putting everything on the table and just to figure out how to build myself up and what I wanted
Mhm.
because it was changing at some point. But Urban Move, like a name, an idea, it stayed. But
Yeah.
how it evolved, it changed a lot of times. And yeah, for having like personal brand and clothing because it started like drop shipping Chinese uh, products. It was like a great moment for me, which lasted 3 seconds after you're like having your merch and you're seeing that everything right now it's actually real.
Mhm.
And after that, you're like the next goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great moment. I remember it, but you always need to have another goal,
Yeah. Yeah.
and going through it.
Mm, That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's mostly that I have been in a position where losing a job, I wasn't gonna sleep on the floor, but you see that things can go bad very quickly. Like it takes like one decision from a person that you're around with or is controlling your your income for you
Yes.
to he just gonna say no and you're gonna lose everything. And I think for me it was mostly fear. Like I wanted to do something else because it is just scary for you to continue on forward, knowing that at any second. I think Jim Carrey said this at one at a university speech. I think when he graduated a university, I think it was in 2014, and he said that his dad was a great comic, but because he wanted to be a little bit more secure, he chose a secure job. And after I think 9 10 years, I don't remember the time frame, his dad got laid off. And his main thing was if you're gonna try at something, at least try at something you dream about, not because it's secure. Because you can,
Yeah.
if you're gonna lose everything, better lose it while you're doing the thing you love more so than the thing you don't love.
Yeah.
You're just gonna waste the time. He uh his dad was his dad was not a comic. I think he had a lot of Jim Carrey's humor came from his dad.
Hmm.
He said that his dad was funnier than him at some point, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just really astonishing that you know things can go south really bad, and you just try. It's not that hard. You just gotta put in the time, and because when you think about it, most people have time. Like you cannot be like, oh, I'm working so hard. You're working 8 to 9 hours. I guess like there are hard jobs, but once you get the hang of most jobs, you don't feel the pressure that much. You want to evolve in something else. It's not just like this job.
Yeah. And again, we go to the routine part because if they can't work after going at home, they can just get up early and do the job for them because it will like they'll have this fresh energy in the morning, do the
Yeah.
job that they want on their project or hustle or anything they want, and after that go to work.
Yeah.
They'll feel really great. And at night they'll just have a little bit of time to relax, to go to the gym, whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, we're back to it that you need to structure
Yeah.
your day to day to just see how it's gonna fit in your current situation.
Yeah. And you surely will feel tired the first week or two
Oh
while you
yeah.
just break the casualness of your past actions and oh, let me just lay down for more 30 minutes. I'm the same actually. And I'm just starting to get at 6:30 because I want to meditate,
Mm-hmm.
to drink my coffee, maybe journal a bit or read something. And after that, I go to the laptop. I do a lot of things for 1 hour. I can, if I'm in my full focus, which is actually real in the morning, not like at
Yeah.
night. I'm destroyed. I'm doing a lot of the creative part then.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm just if I go after work and just have to do something, it's really just a simple task or something else.
Are you more a morning person or a?
I like mornings, but I have to get up. That's the
Yeah,
main problem.
so you like the morning, but after you wake up,
Yeah.
and you have to have your coffee and then just chill for like 20 minutes, and then you're good.
Yeah, because I'm really anxious about everything and I'm just trying to slow down things
Yeah.
a bit.
You
Because
just wake up, start up. Come
yeah,
on, where is
because I
it?
wake up and after 5 minutes I'm on the laptop and I'm working.
Yeah.
I can do that, but I don't want because I'm stressing out my body a lot.
Mm.
And I did this for 3 years.
You
I'm
need to
waking up work.
ease in a little bit
Yeah.
into your day. Yeah.
I saw that at some point you just burn out so badly that you can't recover and then you go to something like deeper, like depression,
Mm.
underappreciation, bad thoughts,
Intrusive
everything.
thoughts as well.
Yes. And the cycle goes on for months and then you can't do anything
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting even more anxious about it.
Yeah. I think what really helps with that is hobbies. But when your side hustle is your hobby, it's hard
Yeah.
to separate it from work.
Well,
Like,
you can't say it's hobby because you're still putting the work. It's not so exciting all of the time.
yeah, yeah,
90%. It's not exciting. Especially when you're building it up. You have to do this, you have to do that. You forgot about this, but that. 30 apps, 30 email addresses, and
yeah.
a lot of
What's the
people.
path for everything? Yeah.
Yeah. So for a hobby, it needs to be something that it's a pleasure for you.
Mm-hmm.
It brings you pleasure, and you're investing your time just to chill or to build your body or read something that, or even be with your girl or boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah. I guess for me, for us at least, it's mostly sport.
Yeah.
I think this is whilst I'm a little bit, I guess, lazy this month. I'm gonna try to get into it. Uh, from the time it just gets a little bit warmer, because come on, you cannot play basketball. We, in Bulgaria, you know what's the shitty part, that you want to play basketball, but there's not enough. You cannot just go in a court, in a closed court. They don't
Yeah.
have this. I don't know how it is in the U.S., but I think there's a lot more there. First of all, basketball there is a
Yeah.
lot more common. Like the NBA is the biggest organization in the world. Well, here you basically you have the national team and some bullshit teams next to it.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not a good option. You cannot do this in the winter.
Yeah.
And this is not LA. This is Varna. So you get 0 degree weather with some 20, 30 mile per hour winds. I'm saying it like 0 degrees. This is in Celsius. Someone please convert this. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna waste my time trying to convert it into Fahrenheit, please.
Yeah, but it's cold and it's snowing right now.
Yeah, right. Actually, right now, literally, what right now it's snowing.
Yeah. And the same is for tennis because they have a lot of courts here, but they are closed, but no heating. So when I go there, my hands are just freezed to
Really,
death.
when they put up
Yeah,
when they put up the whole like bubble,
balloon. Yeah,
it's not it's not. I
yeah.
thought it
And
was
my
heated.
knees, my knees are just dying.
I have fallen and I can get up.
Yeah, but still, we can find something that we can just have pleasure from, and sports it's good. I'm actually going after the podcast
I
because
wish it was for me the same. Gonna go drink beer.
still a sport.
Still, no, it's not. That's not true. I don't know if it's all a sport.
Or maybe beer pong was an Olympic sport. I don't
I
know.
don't think beer pong is an Olympic sport. It's just a sport. It may be.
Yeah.
They may
Okay,
have
worldwide championship on
world championship beer. But that sounds so weird.
nice.
Yeah, nice. Oh, mm, I think for people that have a lot of artistic, um, how should I say, influences, mostly influences. Music plays a big part, I think, in my day to day, and even in my hobbies. Like every time when I was a little bit younger, I really like to daydream and just like listen to, because I'm really big into hip hop. You are as well,
Yeah.
and I just a lot of Tupac back in the day, like Biggie, uh, Juvenile, Bone Thugs and Harmony. A lot of they're not just they're old school. I listen to the new school as well, but I got into the new school well after it was a thing. First of all, in Bulgaria, it's just if, like everything comes in as a trend like 5 years later.
Yes.
Even music, uh, but overall, it's still a very small part. I think now it's bigger because a lot of Bulgarian artists got into hip hop, but 10 years ago it was not a thing. Like a very small group, people in the whole country that actually made quality hip hop. Like at least tried to in the beginning.
Yeah. And I think there were just some guys from the mafia that wanted just to do rap. We had like Vanko One and Misho Shamara, which actually was, I think he had a song with Snoop Dogg. But
Shamara, yeah.
yeah, but it was always girls, money, how to say
The same thing that it is right now in still in hip hop. It's still
Yeah.
prevalent in a lot of places, but it mostly surrounds, I think, mumble rappers, the
But it
newcomers.
was low budget. At least in US is
Yeah, at
looks
least in the US
nice.
you see. Yeah, at least in the US you see people with nice cars.
Yeah.
Here's just bullshit cars and. Yeah.
And they look like I don't want to see. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice. I was actually listening to this and my mother was, I don't know, scared a bit because they were always cursing and doing some bad words and I was
Yeah.
so hyped.
When I got into basketball when I was like fifth grade, this was the point. Like for me, the introduction to rap was a group called Mobb Deep. Prodigy died. Like he was part of the group. He died 2017 of a medical condition. I don't remember what it was. But this was the group like that I first heard. Survival of the Fittest was the song, and it really was one of the things that really took me over. And back then I was sixth grade, seventh grade, and just wanted to be. I looked at the clip every day, like in YouTube. It really motivate like it. This was the time where I figured out that music can give me motivation to do a lot. Like back then I didn't have like hustles that made me money, but at least I was pretty accurate with my sports. Like especially hip hop and basketball go well together,
Yeah.
and they have been a big part of one community, like since maybe since the beginning of basketball. And it's just when it comes to sports, I think I would not have been able to do it without music. I think it's for you it's the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like songs,
Yeah,
like
that drives. And when I was young, because my father is like a great bass
bass
guitarist.
guitarist, yeah,
Yeah.
plays
And
bass.
I asked him so many times to learn me how to write notes or how to play, and he was like,
Hmm.
"No, no way, there are no money in music."
Yeah, in Bulgaria, to be honest, it's probably like that. You
Yeah,
got you
but
gotta you gotta know people.
yeah, and he knew, but he didn't want this for me. I don't know why, because he knows the industry from inside, and he told me a couple of times that everybody was sleeping with everybody. When you need something
What a
to
shock.
be produced, yeah,
Yeah.
you need to go to the big fat guy that you need to
Gives the
sleep
money.
with, yeah. And I think that's one of the things that he didn't want me to just go there, and he was like, just learn English and everything will be okay. It's not okay, but still. And yeah, it was crucial. But after that, I started dancing, and I was very influenced by Chris Brown, and I was trying to mimic every part of
Move.
his,
Yeah.
yeah, his moves. And I'm actually going to his tour next month, which I'm very excited about. And I just want to throw him a hoodie on the stage, but we'll see if I can
See if you
manage.
can fight to the stage.
Yeah,
Like you need
first
to.
fight.
You're in the back or in the front. Like, do the tickets even say where you are or no?
Just on the main part. Yeah,
That's
I
great.
hopefully they don't do the pit on like on Travis Scott, because
Oh Jesus,
I'll be
Jesus.
scared to death, really.
The yeah, but this is I think this is a scary scenario. I think only in the U.S. I don't know if Germany is.
They did the pit on Sunny Beach in Bounce, and one
Oh
guy
shit.
was had a broken hand, I think, broke his hand there.
Ah.
At least didn't die, but still bounces
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
room
Yeah.
that we're filming, and there will be like I think 30,000 people in this concert.
Ooh, lot.
Yeah. But yes, I was influenced by him, and after that, when I started dancing, I found that it really changed my life actually. And I had a knee injury
Mm.
that I stopped, then I was back again, and I had this injury influencing my dance until up until last year, when I had
Mm.
to just to put a, I think, brace there. How do you
Yeah,
swear?
a knee brace. Yeah.
Knee brace, and I had to stay like at home and not do anything with this leg. But after that, it's way better. But it took me like 10 years just to figure out what's going on with this knee. But I still danced, so
Yeah, that says a lot about the medical
yeah.
sphere in Bulgaria.
Yeah, and that's why I'm really Urban Move was really influenced first by music and also the music artists, because when they I saw so many artists like maybe Danny Lee. I
Mm-hmm.
know her before she went like really popular, and they're doing so great, and their music is different, and after they sign up with those industries, everything's changed, and you
Yeah.
can see they're doing drugs now, they're doing stupid stuff, they're pregnant from somebody.
Yeah, nobody knows the
Yeah.
dad every damn time.
Yeah, and I really appreciate singers and artists like, for example, Will Cinch. He's from Australia. He's an
Mm.
R&B artist, and he went actually to the States, where he signed, I think, a deal, or he was about to,
Yeah.
and he started doing some music, but he didn't like the industry, because behind that it's a lot of shit going on for these
Yeah.
guys. You can see in Kanye West and everybody. So I just want to give a stage to those kind of people that are music artists, and most of them right now know that going with the industry is not the best option they have, So bringing a community around this and urban move as maybe one day as a label, why not? But I really want to get in touch with this kind of people because it's really close to my heart,
Yeah.
and I think to be beneficial for everybody. And yeah, that was one of my dreams still, to be honest.
Damn. Nice water. Yeah, well, uh, actually, music is probably a part of everybody's life.
Yeah.
It really connects with what you're thinking. It's supposed to do that. A lot of songs are just made to uh, literally lyrically impact you at some point. Most of the music I think is 50-50 right now. It's
Yeah.
like you have 50% is the beats and 50% is the lyrics. Uh, it's not like 60 or 70%. It's not the 90s. It's not the same. It was a while the beats were like crazy. Like the beats made everything. I think there was a short period of time where I think 2 or 3 years from 20 like 16 till 2019 it was mostly about the beats. If you don't have a good beat, nobody fucking cared
Yeah.
whether you rap the most prolific shit or not, except for a few artists like I don't know, like Nipsey Hussle, like rest in peace. uh, I think a lot of it was changed by XXXTentacion. He changed the game a little bit. It was he had a cult following, which was not common till then. Like he was probably the first person to create that kind of following that a lot of people crave. Like he
Yeah.
managed to do that in a year, and it was mostly because of his rowdy behavior, but also because of his talent and his willingness to say whatever he wants
Yeah.
and do whatever he wants.
And I think he was close to his code, right? He was close to his fans.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was. He did a lot of live streams. He was trying to do programs that reached out to the community and to his fans. He never got to do so just because he was killed.
Yeah.
But he was gonna play a big part at some point. But he was just too rowdy. He was
Yeah.
too wild for the industry.
And I think he spoke about the industry as well. I think that was one
Yeah,
of the last things that.
he spoke about everything. He spoke his mind. He spoke about even the vibes, the current mindsets, the energy you put out,
Yeah.
things that people till then didn't speak that much. Like
Yeah.
it was not a common topic. He just put light on it.
Yeah, because you're actually not allowed to do it. You have a pact with this
Yeah.
industry, and I don't know, it's risky. You can see so many people just. I think Nelly Furtado.
Yeah.
I read about her because I was really interested what happened to this girl. She was with Timbaland, with Kerry Hilson, and
Mhm.
her voice is really specific. But she told in one interview that she broke up with the industry because she can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
And she was actually in the beginning, but she needed to stay silent about this. And she
Mhm.
just disappeared. After that, Kerry Hilson as well, and she
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah. People just can't take it.
Yeah.
People don't want to have boundaries, especially when you talk about something like music, something artistic, and when you put boundaries on that, not many people are gonna agree with it.
Yeah. And they're trying to find right now. I don't want to offend anybody, but I saw one video from Gorilla right now. This artist that she's a girl, Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like from Gloria, but that's
Yeah.
a gorilla. Like, I don't know.
But they were on a plane, and I
Twerking, I
think,
guess.
yeah, I think the manager or somebody from the industry there, from the label, just gave her to sign up some documents, and they were like twerking beside her, and she didn't even read anything, and he's giving her the necklace, this kind of like
Yeah.
diamond chain, and it looks really stupid
It looks,
because
yeah.
she doesn't read everything, and after that she will be.
She puts out an image that people shouldn't care that much what's going on. It's just
Yeah,
like I'm getting money, that's it. But that's her narrative.
yeah,
She wants to control that. It's not the real documents that she signed. Everything is signed somewhere else.
maybe.
It's just like for the video, she wants to put out a good video. She wants to put out content that's,
I trust them.
yeah. It's like I'm wild as
Yeah,
fuck. I'm just doing this shit. I'm working on a private plane
yeah.
with my gold chain and just signing this shit.
And you can see on the other side right now Britney Spears. I'm just
Jesus,
continuing
I don't
to
want to even speak,
look
guys.
at those videos, but she's right now very active on Instagram,
Yeah.
and she's I don't know, with the crop top, but to here only to cover
Oh,
the breasts,
and with the
some kind of skirt. I don't know.
yeah, but it was barely covering her ass.
Yeah, yeah. And she's just dancing and looking crazy. And I know that her dad put her through a lot.
Yeah.
But after this kind of life and being so famous, and now you're like, you don't know where you are.
Mm.
And on one of the last videos, because there's a trend on TikTok, it's like Save Britney Spears. And yeah, and they think she's like locked up somewhere because she
Yeah.
tried to a couple of times to go against the industry and talk about her father and so on, but she gets silent every
Yeah.
time. Yeah, they maybe put her on some medication like Kanye West. He got out, but I think it's too late for her, and it's really sad to see.
Yeah. People when they don't get a hang of how things work, either they have they it somehow happens that they lose their minds.
Yeah,
I guess.
but they are being sold from mostly their parents, especially when they're a
Yeah.
child.
The kid stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
I
lot
think
of them.
Justin Bieber as well. And now he sold his music to another company for
Mm.
200 million. And I don't know why. But
Maybe he makes a lot without it. He just doesn't need the rights anymore. I
yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
Maybe he doesn't. You never know with these guys. Like this is so under the radar. Like
Yeah.
these are things that you never know. Is this real or not? Like everything is speculation. Like we can sit and talk all
Yeah.
day and
Or
every.
even if it's actually his decision.
Yeah.
Because I saw that he was selling NFT.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw one video from James Jani. He's a really good YouTuber about cryptocurrency, and he saw that this like NFT was controlled and posted by his manager
Mm-hmm.
under his, because they control everything, their Instagram, Twitter, they look at every message.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. You don't have private space nowhere, probably.
I think there was I don't think it was a picture. It wasn't a video. What was a video? Justin Bieber was in Japan with a wig because he didn't want to get
Really?
recognized. Yeah, in Japan,
But
like
a long one or a short one?
it was. I think it was dark. It was a
Yeah.
black one, and he was on a train or something. I don't
Yeah.
know, some kind of transport, but he was with a wig, so nobody could see him.
When was that?
Uh, I don't know. I think it was around maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
That was when I saw the post. I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether it was that time that it was taken,
Maybe he's running from someone. Yeah.
or he just imagine being so fucking huge that you get recognized by people that don't even speak the fucking language.
Yeah.
It's not even close to any of the languages. Like it's not. It's just on the other side of the world. People from the other side of the world know you.
You should just come here in some of our small villages. Nobody would recognize him. The
Yeah.
grandma from
Yeah, literally, Justin.
from 1930. Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah. Just
In Bulgaria, is always gonna
Justin.
be Justin. Beber.
Yeah.
Cute.
So this is our advice. He can just go. Come
Oh
here.
We're gonna take a fucking break. This
Yes.
needs to be fixed. Yes, back at it. So we had a little bit of an incident. A mic fell. It almost died. You can see it. It's kind of fucked up, but don't worry about it. And yeah, I think we were at the
The
point.
industry is trying to stop
The
us.
in the yeah you see that we started talking about the industry and
Yeah.
it's like the music industry and everything fell apart. Like
Yeah.
specifically the mic. That's
Yeah.
conspiracy theories everywhere. Like they started talking about music and the mic fell. The
Yeah.
actual mic. Why didn't the camera fail? Why didn't the TV fail? Why
Yeah, it
didn't this?
failed last time.
What
The mic.
the mic?
So yeah, every time it's really fun.
Yeah, it's just different. And yeah, we talked about the industry. We talked about uh, uh, a lot of the things. I think one of the topics I'm really interested in is we were gonna speak about it next, like at the previous podcast, but I think this is a good segue that our viewers might find interesting because we are speaking for a long time right now, but they never. I'm sure that if this is on YouTube without actual English subtitles, they're gonna have a hard time understanding because when I was in the States,
Yeah.
I had a friend back there that when I spoke English, I needed to repeat sometimes the whole thing because he didn't get the accent fully.
But they understand mumble rap, which is
I
10
don't think they
times
even
harder.
understand that. I think the beat makes that.
Yeah?
Yeah, remember when I said like like 50-50, like 50%
Yeah.
of the music is just beats and mumble rap. So I think people just enjoy the way the mumble goes with the flow and the
Yeah.
beat. And I just remember that one of my friends back there in the beginning had a rough time understanding me. I don't know if it's just him because I spoke to other people when I didn't have the same like feedback from them as him, but I'm sure that they didn't understand it fully because just because we speak a little bit softer
Yeah.
and it rolls off the tongue different. We like to combine words a lot,
Yes.
and we can mumble a little bit. So this is, I think, mostly a shout out to mumble rap, not actually
Yeah.
a dig at
Slavic
them.
mumble rap. That would be
Slavic
nice.
mumble rap. There is something like that, I'm sure of it. And the thing is, something we spoke about, we researched a little bit about the last time was how people sound like uh, bilingual people. Specifically, our main language is Bulgarian, and we speak English, but it's not our mother's tongue, so it's we feel different speaking it. I think
Yeah.
it's mostly like it's even you speak like a different character. It's not just the different language. You just feel different while you speak it. I'm not the same when I speak Bulgarian.
Yes.
I'm a lot different. Not in ways that I think a lot about what to say. Mostly because I think you kind of get some of the culture with the language. Depends on where you get it. Like if you learn English in England, I think you're gonna adopt their culture with
Yeah.
English mostly. Then with us, we adopt a lot of the American culture because we just listen to mostly to them.
Even though we were studying from Cambridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though our main like subjects and way of learning English in school was from books that were like Cambridge based.
Yeah. But the slang is from America.
Yeah. The slang is definitely from America.
Yeah.
It just rolls off the tongue different. It it's a better language to express, I guess. Like American English, it's a little bit. I'm not gonna say better, but I'm gonna say different, and I'm gonna say that
Easier.
for people, I think for people that have learned from. I had this talk with a relative of mine that she used to learn and read books in like Oxford English. Like all of their books back then because she's older than me, and they learned from Oxford Academy books. And she says that She has a friend in America that she barely understands. Yeah, it's wild because when you think about it, it's a simpler way of English in America, like American English. It's simpler.
Yeah.
You write different words like color, and color are differently written. Neighborhood is
Yeah.
differently written in English, and this is something that it's portrayed that to be easier in America. I'm sure that there's a lot of slang that we don't know, but I'm sure that in English, if you go to I don't know which part of London, if you whatever part of London, like you're gonna have a difficult time just because English, British English slang is just
Yeah.
different. It's just
When I listen to Central C, I need subtitles.
yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, for instance, Central C is just but he has a lot of slang, street slang,
Yeah.
English.
British
Uh,
slang plus street slang.
but yeah, British plus
Impossible.
street is just you don't understand a thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just for us to be bilingual, imagine people like Central C knows only English. I guess I'm guessing. Maybe
And
he
he
does.
said he doesn't want to learn a language, I think.
Central C.
Yeah, but I'm not sure because I'm bad with memory, but still.
Yeah, maybe. But for people that their main language is in English, it's just you change up so quick. Like you change up your whole character based on how you speak a different language. I'm sure that if I start to learn Spanish, psychologically I'm gonna adopt the culture from which I'm learning most.
Yeah.
If I start to watch movies about a specific part of Spain, I'm probably gonna get the culture from there, and I'm gonna pronounce the words like it's like from there.
Yeah.
That's why we get these parasite words
Yeah.
like like this is mostly American. You don't get that in England.
There's T.
T T.
Probably. But yeah, I have a lot of friends that are Italian or from France, and their language is really soft. And when you make jokes from English to Italian, or you're trying to speak their language, it's really funny. But if you do this in German, it's impossible. You start crying because the language is like so harsh, and in one how to say, one sentence is so big, I forgot to put the verb at the back because you
Bro,
just
yeah,
start and you
grammatics.
write, yeah, and at the end you need a verb, which is impossible.
Yeah, like English, Russian, and German are three main languages in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Turkish also
Tur-
in the south because it's next to the border. There are like a lot of,
Turkish people.
yeah.
Uh, yes and no, but those are because they grew up like that bilingual. I'm talking about learning
Learning, okay.
because we have a lot of Russian speakers, but they're very secluded. They don't adopt our culture, but we don't adopt theirs.
Yeah.
It's a little separated. With German is a good language just because there's a lot of options when it comes to work here.
Yeah.
Russian not so much anymore. German is good. Spanish and the most fucked up language you can learn. I think you can make the most money here. Like languages that you have barely heard because they're so like rare.
Yeah.
They're so rare, and it's just whoever knows them, they're gonna get a big salary. But when it comes to learning the three main languages, people who learn German basically go to study something in Germany, mostly medicine, I think. Just because the education is better there. But with Russian, right now, Russia is not in a good place. I don't think Russia is gonna come back strong after this. So I think this is gonna be the downfall of options to learn in school. because when we were in school we had the option of learning anything else from English besides English besides English,
Yeah.
and it was Russian or German for me. There was not much options for you to learn anything else.
Yeah. I wanted to be actually English and Spanish, but I didn't have
Me
the
too.
option.
By the way, me too. I wanted to
Yeah.
be Spanish as well. We didn't. My school didn't find a teacher fast enough
Yeah.
to begin the semester.
Yeah. But for Russia, I think it will be mm, bad for them in terms of Europeans. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to China, India, when they are
Yeah.
aligned,
Yeah.
so they don't lose a lot. They don't
They
care.
don't lose a lot.
We are bratushkas, but still.
They don't lose a lot because but the influence on the West is gonna
Yeah.
have a big drop
Yes.
for you children, just because it's gonna be a lot harder to go into Russia, and it's gonna be a lot harder to actually have a good life there
Mm.
after this. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be a good place for non-Russians.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm guessing. And
We'll
yeah,
see.
we'll see about that.
At least Putin ended COVID.
So yeah,
That was the best part. Still my favorite guy. Because if it was not the war, maybe we'll still like bring on mask or something. It died like last year on March. COVID.
yeah. He started the war at like February,
Yeah.
and I think he from then on at least they stopped talking about it because it was not big enough news.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, I'm far from the fact that there wasn't a virus, but I am surely certain that after 2 years, it just like a sort of uh, it just coincided like at the same time that COVID was starting to drop its numbers realistically, a war started, which
Yeah.
engaged everything around us. And the same time, like this kind of overlapped the news about COVID, and it just got more and more on the backside.
Yeah.
So, so yes and no. There was a lot of times where the media, I'm sure, were on top of feeding as much COVID news as possible, but for sure the drop in numbers was around the same time that the war started. So it was just a coincidence that a lot of things happened at the same time
Yeah.
with news specifically.
But we'll see. There are being a lot of people are being prosecuted at America, at the
Yeah.
United States regarding COVID,
Mm.
and we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah.
Because it was financed, they already everybody knows it was financed from the United States. This kind of experiment.
Yeah, everything I think is a. You gotta start somewhere. You gotta experiment somewhere.
Yeah. I saw The Last of Us, I think
The first, did you see
the
the
first,
second?
but the second at the beginning, where they were in Jakarta, I think, in Indonesia, where they got infected. All of them.
Don't tell me a lot because I'm gonna see it. I think tonight.
Yeah? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
No
I'm
worries.
gonna
I saw 10 minutes and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how I watch Netflix movies as well. Netflix series. I use like 3 minutes of my time before going to sleep. Yeah, this is a good movie, and then I'm dead.
Watches it 3 months.
Yeah. And yeah, I think we covered a lot today. Actually,
Yes.
we have almost an hour and a half. We've been here, so for our second podcast, official podcast, disregarding the last one. That's
We'll see during the edit if everything is okay,
yeah,
but hopefully, yes.
yes.
It's our second episode.
So yeah, that's enough for today. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. Probably not because you're gonna need the subtitles to understand half of it.
Which we'll put.
Which we'll put. It's gonna be hard, but because we care about you, we're gonna do it. And yeah, see ya.
And
next
don't
time.
forget, actually, just to check Urban Move, what we do, what we have in store, It's actually Valentine's Day is coming, so
Yeah.
we have some great offers that you can just buy for your loved one. And you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and just follow our journey.
Yes. At Urban Move Fashion, was it?
Yes.
Yes, at Urban Move
And at
Fashion.
Urban
You
Move on
can see like
TikTok.
I cannot close up this in the
Yes.
middle, but one of your future Valentine's gifts could be this pair
Yeah.
right here. Yeah, you can see just the tip of it
Yes.
on the screen. So yeah, see ya.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.